Okay, welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review episode number 84. This is the 976th episode of the anime. Follow them, Detective Taxi. Oh boy, this episode. I have never felt so bored watching an episode of Case Closed in a long time. There were a few good things with this episode. The animation's really good. For one thing, the one car they actually show in the episode is not CGI, which I appreciate that. Oh, and this episode had roughly 3 characters in it. Well, mostly you had Conan, you had Cargo, you have a brief appearance in an episode by Inspector McGuire. Yeah, a very brief cameo at the end of the episode. This episode involved murder. Nope. No murder at all. Episode starts off in a very unusual way. With no scene in Kangaro's office. Nope. It's just him and Conan. It's like we're in the middle of an episode. It's like, okay, then we have a flashback. Okay, so he's going to a fish market to ask about an armadillo. Both him and Conan. And by the way, he doesn't question why Conan's even here. He just along for the ride. Why not? Okay. Yeah, my guess is the episode wants to get the idea of him looking for a lost animal, probably from the last episode from 2 weeks ago. That's just a possibility, I have no idea. And well, nobody's seen him because the freaking fish market. Why would the fish market sell armadillos? And their response basically for telling them for that and basically for them to get them to go away. Kangaroo gets sprayed by every single person with a water hose. Yep. And he goes out, takes a taxi, and apparently the taxi driver is a big fan of his when he sees who he is. He even tries to propose to him, like even he thought was quite stupid, just a big fan of his. And he tells him about, like, oh yeah, take the long way around. And while they're in a period of time, well, okay, so tell him about a couple brothers who oppose as agents. Who basically talk in harmony. They must be singers, they are explained. And they just drop off this one place. They shows them around, takes them their exact route because he feels like it. Oh yeah, and several points. Someone like keep out of the road. Calls him. By the way, he calls him in the sub. Calls him Kagura Sensei. Yep, that's what he referred him as the whole episode. And when he gets to the park, apparently Kagura fell asleep. It's like, oh, maybe he's doing his sleep more thing. Nope, he just really asleep. And he gets out because he has to go use the bathroom. Yep. So him and Conan just walk about, go through this fast looking for the armadillo. And like, oh, we found this particular spot. It turns out there's some money stolen by these 2 guys. Yep, and Conan's got a skateboard. Somehow. Yeah, I must have missed it because I was looking at something else while watching the episode because I had gotten so bored of this episode. Yes, an episode of Case Closed, which is by far, in my opinion, one of the most well-written one of the most well-written animes I've ever seen. Even though some of the episodes really make no sense at all, like even the Bugman episode, which in my opinion is one of the worst episodes of the whole series. At least that one was better written than this. This was just boring. Like, I'd rather be watching some other anime than this. This is just, like, I waited 2 weeks for another episode of anime for this? Wow, okay. Do they catch the guys? Oh, yeah. Really easily. Like, oh, they just have another car. This family have a very similar car, and they catch them. Oh, yeah, and apparently they had the armadillo the whole time they're looking for them. Yep. Guys get captured. The armadillo gets returned to the owner and says, oh yeah, that's not really pay. I'm making him an animal actor. Which, like, okay, goes run away, and all of a sudden the armadillo starts running with them. And like, wow, okay. It's like the armadillo was like anything to do with his owner. And that's the episode for you. Like, even some of the most well-written episodes, at least okay stories. This was just boring. Yes, the most boringest episode of the entire series. I Have never felt this way before when watching episode of Case Closed. I used to feel very happy watching episode of Case Closed. Even how long the series is, how long it dragged. These episodes were interesting. This was just plain boring. I miss canon episodes. At least the last one they had before this one was a lot more interesting than this. At least it was epic. Last week's episode was okay and decent at best, like the last one they had 2 weeks ago. And, once again, no new episode this coming weekend. Nope. It's like, okay, we have a new episode, first one in 2 weeks, all of a sudden, we get this. An episode for Search of an Armadillo, which also turns into an episode looking for two brothers who can sing in harmony for some reason. I have no idea why. And I highly doubt this taxi driver is going to appear again. Yeah. So, is this episode a good watch for Case Closed? Nope, it's easily skippable. And it's pretty forgettable at best. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review, and that's probably going to be it for video today. Unless I'm going to squeeze a Comic Corner here. Comic Corner today, possibly, but not. Save for tomorrow with episode One Piece, okay? But do see next episode. Now there's a video coming Tuesday for Black Clover, but yeah. But see so either later on today, either in an hour or two for Comic Corner or tomorrow, okay? See you next video. Bye.